Hi everybody, I'm Susan, and in this video we'll look at problem number 56 from test 4 in your red book. So go ahead and pause the video for a moment and check out that problem now. So what we have here is an ugly non-number description of a line, an inequality to be precise, and 5 graphs that might represent that line. So our job is to check out those 5 graphs and determine which one matches this description. So the first thing I'm going to do here is plug in numbers. I hate working with letters when I don't have to. It's so hard to envision. So let's plug in numbers, and it's also kind of telling us what numbers to plug in. So this 0 is less than all 3. So that means all 3 numbers are going to be positive. And then it says A is less than B and B is less than C. So let's keep it easy. Let's use 1, 2, and 3. So now we have 1x plus 2y is less than or equal to 3. So if we want this to look like a line, we're going to have to convert it to slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So let's go ahead and figure out how to convert this. So x plus 2y is less than or equal to 3, and we want y by itself. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract an x from both sides. So that's going to leave us with 2y is less than or equal to 3 minus x. And then what we're going to do is divide both sides by 2. And that will leave us with y is less than or equal to 3 minus x over 2. A couple thoughts on this. Inequalities freak people out. You have to figure out when to flip the sign, if at all. You only flip the sign if you're dividing by a negative number. And since we haven't done that here, we don't need to worry about changing what the sign looks like in this problem. The second thing is we have 3 minus x over 2, and that is not quite this mx plus b format. So I'm just going to go ahead and convert this. Negative x over 2 plus 3 over 2, which becomes negative 1/2 x plus 3 over 2. And that y is less than or equal to that. So this is a much friendlier format to me because we can tell that negative 1/2 is the slope and 3 over 2 is the y-intercept. So let's sort of imagine what that looks like on a graph. A negative slope with a positive y-intercept. So a negative slope is getting lower as x increases. So it might look something like this. And our y-intercept is above the line, above the x-axis, excuse me. And since y is less than or equal to that, this is the part that's going to be shaded in. So when you're going through the 5 graph options, I think it's easiest to use process of elimination to figure out which ones don't fit this line. So let's see. The slope is negative, and on option F, the slope is positive. So you can go ahead and eliminate F. Then we know the y-intercept is positive 3 over 2. So anything where the y-intercept is below the axis is not going to work. So we can eliminate J and H because the y-intercept is below the axis. And then we know that y is less than or equal to, so the shading is down here under the line, and that means we can eliminate option G, and our only remaining graph is going to be K.